Thank you for your thoughts. You said that as a Jew in New York, you're concerned. Full disclosure, I am also Jewish, half Jewish by blood. You asked if I thought these were peaceful slogans, but then answered the question yourself by saying they are rooted in hate. You then pointed to anti-Semitism in New York and to the 50 hostages still being held in Gaza, and that you haven't heard the possible future mayor of New York calling for their release. Well, let's unpack all this together. I want to look at the origins of each slogan, which I think is the safest place to start, the meaning of each, as well as modern interpretations on both sides of the conflict. Okay, so globalize the Intifada. As far as I can tell, this originally referred to non-violent resistance against Jewish occupation, although the actual intifadas did include violence and casualties. The word intifada literally means shake off in Arabic, and the use of globalize is to call on people all over the world to support the resistance. Some Jews interpret it as inciting violence against Jews, some Palestinians do not. From the river to the sea. Now, while the literal meaning refers to the area between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean, the origin of this one seems pretty hazy to me. Mamdani has said that to him, it is a call for Palestinian human rights. And while I can't find anywhere that he said the words free Palestine anywhere, this doesn't mean he hasn't said it, but the more I listen to him, the more it sounds like his positions are rooted in humanity. Now, if you saw The Late Show with Stephen Colbert when Mamdani appeared, he called October 7th, as well as anti-Semitic attacks in the US, horrific. He has characterized anti-Semitism as a crisis, and that as mayor, he would propose to increase the budget for fighting hate crimes in New York City's Department of Community Safety by 800%. He said anti-Semitism must be tackled, and he continued to hammer that point. He also said in a debate that he believes Israel has a right to exist as a state with equal rights, which got strong reactions from both sides. But to me, it sounds like the most human solution, and I don't know how anyone can knock that. Regarding Mamdani not addressing the hostages, and I hope this does not sound like a whatabout, there are American hostages being held all over the world at any given time. You see where I'm going with this without even going? If he's asked point blank about the hostages and doesn't think they should be released, that's concerning. And I say this as a person. The community I like to be a part of on social media is one of humanity. Yes, there are many Jews who wish horrible things on Palestinians and vice versa. But just like how it's not possible for very young children who we see day in and day out being murdered in Gaza to support the destruction of Israelis. There are plenty of Israelis that want to live in peace side by side with Palestinians. And I look at those people like I look at us as Americans feeling powerless to do anything about our country's atrocities that we fund through our taxes. There have to be good people on both sides of this conflict. It's just math. It's impossible that everyone on one side wants the other side to just die. All this being said, I believe we, and not just people running for office, all need to be mindful of the language we use, the intent behind the things we say, what a slogan might mean that everyone agrees means one specific thing, etc., etc. Obviously, I don't have all the answers, but I do know that I want everyone to live in peace everywhere in the world and for there to be no more suffering anywhere. And again, I appreciate the comments and discourse, so thank you for giving me this platform, and it's also yours as well.